And we're back. Welcome back, Russ.
Welcome back, Matt.
To another week at Blue News and Reviews. Thank you for everyone for joining. Everyone that's new, everyone that's old. We really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me. Again, I'm Matt and this is Russ. And if you haven't been here before, we are your 4K Kings covering mainly physical media news.
Mainly.
But movies as well and just other things that we find interesting. And we know that there's a lot of other channels you could be watching, but you're here watching this. So what's that say about you? I don't know. Last week, we gained a ton of Heat subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone that joined our channel as a result of our Heat video and our Heat comparisons. Welcome. Don't forget, we also have our Drive box set, giving it away. Drop a comment on this video down below. Whatever we find to be the funniest. At the time that we hit 2,000 subscribers, we are going to ship this to you free of charge.
Once we hit 2K subs, and it's getting close, as you said, we had massive growth over the past week.
Yeah, up in the tens.
Pretty fucking great.
Heat is the gift that keeps on giving.
Thank you, Heat. And I did want to say too that I feel like there's been a lot of really nice comments that people have been putting on our videos, and a lot of things that people have been saying that I feel like has been very supportive and encouraging.
Yes, we have a great community. Yeah. And I will say, the people who comment and participate on our page, good people.
And I really do appreciate anyone taking the time to do that. And we thank everybody for, like I said, sticking with us and hanging in there, and everybody that's new, again, welcome. This week, Russ, we have a lot to cover yet again. We didn't even take a break. There is Blue and 4K news from Titans of Cult, Kino Lorber, Criterion, and of course, Real Genius in 4K, Friday the 13th 4K, and Blowout in 4K. They're all getting released over the next few weeks. We'll be discussing those films. I feel like some of the hottest news of the week is, something that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Out of the fucking blue!
A pair of Quentin Tarantino 4K announcements. The first one was Reservoir Dogs, but then a few days later, they announced that Pulp Fiction's also coming out in 4K.
Juicy, Junior. Real juicy.
Pulp Fiction is getting released from Paramount, and Reservoir Dogs is being released by Lionsgate.
Does Paramount have control of his back or Pulp Fiction at least?
Yeah, so currently Paramount owns, and I guess they took a lot of this over from Miramax, was Kill Bill 1 and 2, Jackie Brown, and Pulp Fiction. Lionsgate has Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, Reservoir Dogs, and Death Proof. And then Universal's got Inglourious Bastards, and Sony's got Once Upon a Time.
Good luck with a box set.
That's all I've ever wanted, and you know that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Pulp Fiction, it's coming out sooner than Reservoir Dogs, but there's less information about it. ImportCDs.com and Bull Moose or something, they both have pre-orders up for a regular edition and a Steelbook edition, UPC codes, like the whole deal. It's a movie that's been released a bunch of times up to this point. I don't know, you probably had the same one. This DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this DVD.
Well, you remember that and Jackie Brown debuted on the same day on DVD with these special editions.
They did, and they
both had the similar slipcase. It is cool. I love that set.
It's an awesome digipack that had a really cool slide outer box with a little booklet on it or whatever. I don't know. I just remember this and thought it was really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this will be 4K release number 3. Reservoir Dogs will be 4K release number 4. Once Upon a Time is already out in 4K, and so is Inglourious Bastards at this point. So now you've got Pulp Fiction, and now you've got Reservoir Dogs. The Reservoir Dogs one's out November 15th, and the Pulp Fiction one's out November 1st. Again, no information on really anything as far as the transfer or the features or whatever. Do you remember the DVD release that you got when it was all the different colors?
I had Mr. White.
You got Mr. White?
My fucking hero.
Of course, everybody wanted Mr. Blonde. And it was gone. I remember going to Best Buy. That was back then when retail chains sold movies.
Two places I went to, all they had left was Mr. Pink.
And if I recall correctly, you had Mr. Pink.
I had to get Mr. Pink because
Why
that's all
Mr.
that was
Pink?
left.
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Well, that's all they had left, all right? I found this in my stash, too. I was just trying to remember what I already had.
That release bugs the shit out of me.
It's such a strange, it's a gas
It doesn't
can.
make sense. Pull it out. I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Pull this edition out, man.
Tell me more.
What is this casing?
Oh, it's like a matchbook of Uncle Bob's Pancake House?
Okay, but you're in the gasoline case. What did Mr. Blonde use when he was trying to set the cop on fire? Did he use a book of matches?
No, he did not.
He used a Zippo.
He did.
That's always bugged me.
What's this guy's problem?
I'm a stickler.
No hard feelings.
I have that box set that they put out on Blue when Django Unchained came out. So
Yeah.
it's all of his movies up until that point. Even True Romance is in it.
Is that's a 20th anniversary one with the two X's on it?
It's and him on the cover, like it's a gun, but it's the camera.
Well, I was gonna say, when we were just talking about the box set earlier, first let me say this: I'm not buying either of these.
Fuck you.
Because I am, much like a lot of people have commented, but maybe some won't care because it's Tarantino at this point, but I don't want to be double dipped on. And I feel like we all know that there will be a Tarantino something. And
I don't know.
And you said I don't know, but what I was going to counter with is they already put something out.
But that was before Harvey Weinstein and all that stuff happened.
So you
and
don't
then
think
all the rights, as you just pointed out, went to all these different
So you don't think it's
studios.
even possible anymore?
I mean, anything's possible, but if I wouldn't count on it in the near future. It's not like Tarantino is the kind of guy who loves he's never done commentaries on his own movies. This is probably it, as least as far as features go.
Yeah, I never considered what might end up on these things other than what had previously come before, which I will add is very good. Like the Pulp Fiction DVDs are stacked, and Tarantino's on there doing interviews, not doing commentaries, but he's explaining a lot of his process and how he wrote certain things. What I'm saying is maybe I'm holding out for the box set. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't know that I would buy all these. Let's say box set is never going to happen. Would I buy all of these in 4K? At the end of it all, I guess I will, but I don't know. Just right now, I don't feel like cherry picking these ones that are coming out.
That's a bold statement.
I know. What do you think? Are you with it? Are you going to buy them as they come out? I didn't buy Inglourious Bastards.
So
I did buy Once Upon a Time, but that's because that's how it came out.
I think I'll cherry pick which ones.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm a fan of his earlier work more than his later work. Mm-hmm. So I probably will pick up Reservoir Pulp, Jackie. After that, I'll see what the releases are, what the artwork is, if there are new features. But I wouldn't hold my breath on a box set of all of these.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
From experience, did you ever get the whole bloody affair?
No, but I've waited till this day. I'll wait a little longer.
With Tarantino, I've learned, like, nah, we're not gonna be Evil Deaded.
If Kill Bill 1 and 2 come out in 4K, I will give up.
You will just buy
and
Kill
I will
Bill.
buy them.
Yeah.
I will give up at that point.
Have you watched Kill Bill?
No,
since
not
the
one.
Theatrical
not
release?
One, just 2.
Wow.
That's
That's dedication.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's dedication for sure. The only other thing I can think about though is like, so Once Upon a Time came out in 4K and it was just like a nice little thing that the studio did. And Inglourious Bastards came out, but they did all this fancy like 15 different box
Titans
set
of Cult
versions.
did it, didn't they?
No, it was Zavvi. Surprise. So what I'm wondering is, what other editions are we going to get for this? Is it just going to be a basic steelbook, try to be classy? Or are they going to, like, this is Paramount we're dealing with here. Are we getting a slide down case? Like, what are we getting for Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs? Like the blood slide down over top of them walking on the, the white poster with the blood splatter. It's like, that's the slide down case.
At least they didn't Paramount present us.
Pulp Fiction should get a Criterion release, in my opinion.
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
I mean, as far as the stature it has, if you can compare that to like some of these other ones, not maybe these more classic films, but like ones in its era.
If Criterion deals with De Palma, I agree with you.
But we'll come back when we know more about these releases. I still don't know if I will pick any of them up, but that still remains to be seen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of slide down, like Lionsgate too. They do those slide down plastic things too. We're just going to have to find out how trashy they go.
Reservoir Dogs, I won't mind as much, but the poster for Pulp Fiction's iconic.
It is. Don't fuck with that.
Yes. If you're going to fuck with it, you better bring your A game because there's no point in redoing it unless you really have something to add.
Right.
Spoken like a true prodigy.